Today we're gonna have a look at how to clean and fillet hake here. So first, before we get started here, we saw some other videos on YouTube where they had some old hake. So my father here, who is a fisherman, wanted to show you a trick when you're gonna buy your hake. So if you take the hake and you hold it up like this, it should be stiff like this. Yeah. Otherwise you have bought an old fish.
Yes, and it had to be red in the...
Red gills.
Yes, yes.
We want to show you a couple of different ways you can do this with the hake. First of all, we're going to show you how you can keep the skin on if you want to cook it on an for example. So we have this little scrape here that you can buy. By the way, we're adding links to everything. So simply descale the fish by going up like this. If you don't have a scrape like this, it's totally fine to use a knife instead. You can take the knife you're going to fillet with and you just run it up the same way. Do you use a lot of force to do this?
No, it's not so much.
Okay, so you're not going to cut into the meat.
Yes.
So we're going to do it on one of the sides here, and then we can show you how to take off the skin on the other side as well. So you can see this is done quick and easy here. Yeah. So this is quite a big knife, but we do have a normal filleting knife as well. If you have a nice, good knife like this, you're going to be totally fine here. Yeah. We're going to start by removing the head of the fish. So we go behind the fin here, and you go all the way up to the head. You can see it slice right through into the bone on the back here. And then we turn it around. And we repeat the task here on the other side as well. So the cut is going to meet up there. From here, you simply take the head off, like this. And you can keep this head. It is great for making stock.
Yeah, very good.
You can see there is still a lot of meat here, so if you want to use this to make soup as well, that's great, but there is going to be bones in there, obviously. The same thing is going to go for all the remainders of the fish we have once we're done filleting it. But I think now we're ready to start making some fillets. So there are two ways we can go about this. We can either go in from the top, or we can go in from the bottom of the fish. Yeah, you want to open it up a little bit more here, right? Yeah. So you're going all the way down to the tail of the fish? Or
you can do this way. Slowly.
Yeah, and this is going to be right behind the guts, right? Yeah. You start behind the guts here to go down. Because you were telling me earlier, when you open up the fish, it has kind of a upside down T-shaped bone.
Yes, I'll show you.
So this will be going in from the top here then. So we go up all along the top fins here, down, and you can feel the bone. But once you reach the bone, you're not able to go any further. You can see here. The bone kind of goes outwards, so you'll need to cut down along the bone cage, I suppose. Yeah. And once you reach that, you can see here, you're able to navigate your way around it. That is the first way you can do it. This section here is going to be where the guts is normally located. So you can cut that off if you want to. There is a little bit of bones in there. And again, great for soup.
But no bone, you do this.
All the way up.
Up, yeah. There. And out.
Okay. So then it's boneless.
Boneless.
Clean fillets.
Yes. This is no bone.
So this is going to be the one that still had its shell on, right?
Yes, shell on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we're going to show you how to take that off afterwards.
And this still a lot of meat, but it's boned.
You have a little bit of bones.
Yeah, it's
okay.
You can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just keep in mind there will be a little bit of bone in that section there. So the other way you can fillet these is by going in from the bottom here. So you can see this is going to be the gut cavity, I suppose it's called. Yeah. And here you can see we're going to slice underneath. So now we're coming right underneath that T shape that we met when we cut up from the top there. So now we're just going down underneath it and we're cutting up in against it, like so. And here you can hear the bone. The knife is scraping up against the bone. Yeah. And it may be simpler to do it like this if it's the first time, I think. Yeah.
Then you can turn it this way and you can...
Yeah, and from the bottom here, there's not going to be that T shape. No. So there you are free to just move your knife down, like so. And up. So now we have the fish with the top side. No, the top facing up, yeah. And we're just going to go down along the top fins there again to release the fillet off, like that. So you can see here, now there is absolutely no meat left on this part. Yeah.
You can see the bone goes out.
Yeah, it shapes out like a T. That's why
Yeah.
this fish is a little bit tricky to fillet compared to a lot of other fish. But you can totally do it. And like we said, this is also great for making stock or soup on it, along with these other sections that you may not want to make into steaks or fillets. How do you usually cook up the hake?
I fried it. So.
You fry it on a pan?
Yeah, and fish and chips are very good. It's a very soft meat, you can see.
Yeah.
Very soft meat and white. And you can make fish cake.
Oh, really? Nice.
Very good.
All right, so next we're going to show you how to take the actual skin off. So like we saw earlier, this one is going to be scraped off. So that one you can put on the pan, and this is totally edible. It's going to be nice and crispy if you fry it up.
Yeah.
Like that. But my father here, he likes to take it off, and I'm sure some of you do as well. So here's how you remove the skin from the hake. You go down in at the bottom. It's easier if you make a little incision there so you have something to hold onto. Yeah. And then you hold your blade down against the meat. You don't want to cut super hard. You just want a nice and sharp blade. Yeah. Because it slides off super easily there.
Maybe you can now
rip it off.
Yeah, rip it off.
But
I think so.
yeah.
But it's also soft, so you can, yeah, you see here.
Yeah, you make some more.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking if you have less fresh hake, don't do that.
No.
But it works. So there you go. Clean, beautiful, boneless, skinless fillets here. And you can cut them up like this. Obviously you can make cutlets or steaks by just cutting the tail up, but here you're gonna get a really beautiful product. If you don't want to rip the fish bone off, here's how you cut it off using the knife all the way up there. So this is the one that we descaled. So you just drag it, hold on to the skin there as you move your way up. You can take your time with this if you're not familiar with how to deskin.
Oh, I think you can take. Yeah, difficult. Yeah.
So this is going home to make fish and chips then?
Yes.
Oh yes.
This evening.
Very nice. We're going to make some recipes for these fish coming up as well here. So you can check that out. I'm going to link it down in the video description. And thank you to my father for being so kind and demonstrating. Hope this was useful. Thanks for watching this one. And we'll see you in the next one.